everyone, my name will be Josh, this is Strain Central, and today we are going to be doing a quick review on the Budtank v16. Okay, so the Budtank is basically just a leak-free cartridge that you can use for either waxes or e-cig oils, and then with this actual v16 kit they do include a battery with it as well. So the battery is actually a 290 milliamp hour battery that has 3 different settings you can use for like your power. So the green is 3.6 volts, the blue is 3.8 volts, and the red is 4 volts. I personally think blue is my favorite setting. So there is no display. The display is basically just a color changing OLED behind the actual button itself. And the body is just a really nice sleek like aluminum. So it actually does have a ceramic atomizer, and there also is a ceramic tip. So the vapor pathway is just a direct ceramic tip basically. So the chamber size is about 0.5 milliliters, and I do believe in some other versions of Budtank they do also have full like milliliter tanks as well. So one of my favorite things about this pen personally is the fact that it's only $22, so getting like a full setup is super easy and super cheap. And it's also not like cheap in materials. Like all the materials feel very quality and they're actually like well put together. And after using it, I've probably used this for about 2 weeks now. It works really well also. So I'm actually nothing but impressed with this pen, especially because it's an easy to use pen, especially for people that are either just getting into waxes or e-cigs. And when I say waxes, you have to basically get a wax liquidizer and actually make your wax into like a more liquidy consistency for it to easily vape. But that's not very hard to do, and once you start doing that consistently, it's really saving on money when it comes to actually consuming wax. So if you're one that's like, wow, I'm dabbing a lot, I'm spending a lot of money on these cartridges or whatever, this is cheaper just making your own, little substance here, making your own little liquidizer. And they sell so many wax liquidizer kits on the market that it's super easy to just all of a sudden be vaping whatever you're dabbing as well. So super convenient, super handy. That's why I'm a huge fan of these pens recently. Alright guys, let's go ahead and jump into some quick actual tests to see how well this works. Okay, so I'm going to really quickly break down the pros and the cons of this pen. So there's not a lot of cons, which means I'm probably just going to go ahead and start with the cons. I'm going to say the first big thing with the actual tip up here is it's not that hard for it to go sideways like that. And if it goes sideways like that in your pocket, it's not easy for it to, but possibly actually come loose, and it's never happened to me. It's just something I can see happening in rare cases, and I'm sure it's going to happen to 1 or 2 people that are going to be frustrated about it. So that's something I personally almost just dropped that. See as a con. So they do actually technically say this cartridge is not refillable, but since they do send you a battery along with it, I think all the cartridges on their site, even the actual refillable ones, are between $6 and $9. And shh, don't tell anyone, but I have refilled these a couple of times, and it is possible to refill them. It just ends up not being a great seal, and it's possible for them, like I just said, for them to come loose in your pocket. And then pros-wise, I have quite a few pros for it. It's super user-friendly and easy to use. That's the first biggest thing about it. You press a button and you're using it. So it's extremely easy, and it's also extremely affordable. Like I've said it several times in this video, it's only $22. So a full setup like this, you can get a cartridge for $35 at most dispensaries. So a full setup like this and a thing of wax liquidizer with a gram of wax will probably run you around $70, but you can literally get 4 or 5 tanks out of that. So it's something that if you look at it with a little bit of foresight and thought into the future, a setup like this will probably save you money if you're a consistent wax user and use cartridges. And it's also extremely well put together. I've said that several times in the video. I really like the quality of it. It's not it's a super cheap, not quality product. It's something that I would expect this to cost as a setup normally probably $40 to $50, especially in most head shops. Head shops, this would cost you like $60 probably. And then I think my biggest pro with this thing is just how easy it actually is to fill. So a lot of these tanks are super annoying to fill because the atomizer is kind of not spaced well at the top of the tank, but they space the tank to the atomizer perfectly, so you still get a really nice like actual, vapor pathway, but it's not super hard to get liquid in there and get e-cig things in there to fill. So that's my last big pro for this. But that is basically all we have for today's video. So thank you guys very much for stopping through this quick review. I definitely hope every single one of you is having yourself an absolutely incredible day. Thank you very much, Budtank, for sending these on over my way to actually review. I had a great time doing so. And if you guys are going through anything shitty today, make sure to keep that head up. There's always positive vibes right around the corner and better days ahead. But stay positive, stay medicated, friends. Peace.